Hi, my name is Joyce Hillman. I'm reading from Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. Beatty took a full minute to settle himself in and think back for what he wanted to say. When did it all start, you ask, this job of ours? How did it come about? Where? When? Well, I'd say it really got started around a thing called the Civil War, even though our rulebook claims it was founded earlier. The fact is, we didn't get along well until photography came into its own. Then, motion pictures in the early 20th century, radio, television, things began to have mass. Montague sat in bed, not moving. And because they had mass, they became simpler, said Beatty. Once books appealed to a few people, here, there, everywhere. They could afford to be different. The world was roomy. But then the world got full of eyes and elbows and mouths, double, triple, quadruple population, films and radio, magazines. Books leveled down to a sort of pace-putting norm. You follow me? I think so. Beatty peered at the smoke pattern he had put out on the air. Picture it, 19th century man with his horses, dogs, carts, slow motion. Then in the 20th century, speed up your camera. Books cut shorter, condensations, digests, tabloids. Everything boils down to the gag, the snap ending. Snap ending, Mildred nodded. Classics cut to fit for 15-minute radio shows, cut again to fill a 2-minute book column, winding up at last as a 10 or 12 dictionary resume. I exaggerate, of course, the dictionaries were for reference. But many were those whose sole knowledge of Hamlet, you know the title certainly, Montague, is probably only a faint rumor of a title to you, Mrs. Montague, whose sole knowledge, as I say, of Hamlet was a one-page digest in a book that claimed, now at last you can read all the classics, keep up with your neighbors. Do you see? Out of the nursery, into the college, and back into the nursery. There's your intellectual pattern for the past 5 centuries or more. Mildred arose and began to move around the room, picking things up and putting them down. Beatty ignored her and continued, speed up the film, Montague, quick. Click, pick, look, eye, now, flick, here, there, swift, pace, up, down, in, out. Why, how, who, what, where, bang, smack, wallop, bing, bong, boom. Digest, 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 digest. Politics, 1 column, 2 sentences, a headline, then in midair, all vanishes. Whirl man's mind around about so fast under the pumping hands of publishers, exploiters, broadcasters that the centrifuge flings off all unnecessary time-wasted thought. Mildred smoothed the bedclothes. Montague felt his heart jump and jump again as she patted his pillow. Right now she was pulling at his shoulder to try to get him to move so she could take the pillow out and fix it nicely and put it back. And perhaps cry out and stare and simply reach down her hand and say, what's this? And hold up the hidden book with touching innocence. School is shortened, discipline relaxed, philosophies, histories, language dropped, English and spelling gradually neglected, finally almost completely ignored. Life is immediate, the job counts, pleasure lies all about after work. Why learn anything save pressing buttons, pulling switches, fitting nuts and bolts? Let me fix your pillows, said Mildred. No, whispered Montague.